2025 trends. 1. What is the main trend in technology for 2025? Artificial intelligence (AI) will continue to be a dominant trend, with application in various fields such as healthcare, education, and task automation. 2. What changes are expected in job market by 2025? There will be an increase in remote work and job flexibility, as well as a higher demand for technological skills and quick adaptation to new tools and methods. 3. How will climate change affect consumer trends in 2025? Consumers will be more concerned with sustainability and will seek eco-friendly and environmentally responsible products, pushing companies to adopt more sustainable practices. 4. What role will gamification play in education by 2025? Gamification will be increasingly used in education to make learning more interactive and engaging, utilizing game elements to improve retention and students' engagement. 5. What trends are seen in the healthcare sector in 2025? Telemedicine and digital healthcare will continue to grow, allowing patients to access health services more conveniently and efficiently. 6. How will fashion trends change in 2025? Sustainable fashion and personalization will be key trends, focusing on ethical products and clothing that adapts to individual consumer preferences. 7. What trends are expected in tourism in 2025? Sustainable tourism and personalized travel experiences will be popular, with an increase in demand for destinations offering a deeper connection with local culture and environment. 8. What impact will artificial intelligence have on creativity and design in 2025? AI will help designers and creatives generate new ideas and innovate solutions, automating repetitive tasks and allowing for a more experimental and exploratory approach. 9. How will media consumption trends change in 2025? Streaming content consumption will continue to grow, focusing on exclusive series and movies, as well as interactive and personalized experiences. 10. What trends are seen in food and beverages in 2025? Healthy eating and diet personalization will be significant trends, with an increase in demand for organic, allergen-free foods tailored to specific dietary needs. My opinion, absolutely, artificial intelligence is advancing faster than most people realize. We need to keep up with the pace if we don't want to be left behind. On the other hand, the political landscape looks promising for those who believe in the free market, with the re-election of President Donald Trump in the United States. His governance style is more oriented toward free enterprise and traditional values, opposing the woke ideology. He has promised more freedom of expression and less censorship in the media and social networks. Additionally, he has the support of the richest man on the planet, Elon Musk. Well, we'll see, but it's important to stay attentive to what happens in the United States and the other world powers like China, for example. Reading. Conflict. Mother Nature's third principle is conflict. Trillions of creatures, big and small, eat each other every day to survive. This drive to survive puts them in conflict. When you eat chicken, you become part of this cycle. This conflict rules the world of hardcore survival, driving professional selling. There we hear talk like we in the business and crush the competition. It's no surprise that a big expense in many sales organizations is the legal department. The opportunity to conflict between agents, companies, and clients is huge because no matter how much they intend to work together, they are driven by laws of human nature to survive. Despite their aim, their language betrays them, and they end up working against each other instead. Corruption. The next inevitable product of our mechanical survival driving human nature is corruption. We talk about serving others, but we end up serving ourselves, often at the expenses of others. We talk about protecting the interests of others when we are only protecting ourselves and allowing others to be risked. Everyone of the highest-minded global humanitarian programs ultimately succumbs to the common pull that we all feel, one that leads us toward basic corruptibility, becoming criminal. It's likely that no one sets out to becoming a criminal, but many end up, either justly and unjustly, branded as a one of incarcerated, having spent time teaching in the federal prison system. It often saw real brilliances in people, but it was misdirected down the path of denial, deception, delusion, and ultimately damage to themselves and others. Unfortunately, human beings think they are in control when the opposite is true. We are in part mechanical creatures, even when we know that what we are doing is counterproductive. We can stop doing it. Criminals operate with the addictive pattern of ineffectiveness, which begins with the denial that something is wrong. They then deceive others that nothing wrong happened, and ultimately become deluded with when they believe their own lies as the truth. This is the source of the addictive and criminal behavior that each of us is at risk of falling into, however, unwittingly. Everyone is lying about something. It is a fundamental aspect of human nature. Service-driven selling. The laws of human spirit and creativity, compassion, collaboration, and contribution. The advisory selling method has been created to feed the human spirit, which alone has the power to minimize corruption. People who practice the method naturally becomes more creative, compassionate, collaborative, and compelled to contribute. The power of human spirit turns out to be greater than the force of human nature. Human spirit leads us to driving selling, which is based on commitment to serving the best interest of clients and leads to having a consequential impact on them and those they touch. Everyone aspires to be consequential. Climbing the mountain is more challenging than sliding down the slippery slope of lying, where compromises are required that can lead to becoming criminal. The initial risky step towards service-driven selling is the willingness to sell the truth, which requires being truly creative, doing beyond the limits of common perceptions. You must then do something counterintuitive by demonstrating compassion for others. This means understanding their dilemma and being simultaneously intolerant of them achieving anything less than what they deserve. The next level of risk is being willing to work collaboratively with others rather than against them, and contributing to everyone's best interest, even someone you despise. When we are making consistent contribution to others, we become consequential. This means that our thinking, speaking, and actions are based in the truth, which gives facts shape rather than with being limited by our history about the facts. This true-based creativity works for the benefit of all, rather than just a few. Every human being aspires to be consequential, but most have become resigned to doing along with less than they deserve to avoid the risk. It can be said that that is in this manner that human beings tend to organize their lives to avoid what they most want and deserve. Becoming consequential in the lives in others is a game changer. Those who choose the risky road reach a level of reward, reconnection, and fulfillment that most never even know exists. Incentive selling is selling the truth, and it expresses our human spirit. Much like in the movie Inception, only a truthful message, one that will benefit the recipient, that can be inception in the opposite of deception, and it's the essence of selling the truth, because it is commitment based. It is not selling for survival; it's selling to serve. We use incentive selling to make a difference for ourselves, others, and our work. It help us feel good about ourselves. It helps others to rise above challenges, and it contributes something of value to greater society.